Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Secret Agent Captain. I'm Captain Foley. What?
I mean,
Um,
the best kept secret is the one that everyone knows, but there's a second level to the secret. So by telling us you are, you're really something darker and more dramatic, maybe.
yes. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about Mariner today and Black Ops, Section 31, if you will. I love how she never mentions Section 31, but everybody else does. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that today and our thoughts on that because we have some thoughts.
So the basic premise of the episode, one of the main plots actually, or one of the main threads, since everything's kind of intertwined and also separate, it's kind of strange, is that the bartender man, the old wizened bartender who knows all the stories and listens, a great listener, tells the boys that Mariner never wondered why she's so aggressive and right and good and powerful, which is what the audience has been wondering for a year now, or 2 years. And he says, well, it's obvious because she's a special ops officer, black ops, stuff intelligence, which they exist. There's been lots of. We've seen multiple people throughout the Trek history, nothing too radical. And the boys are like, oh, that's not real. There wouldn't be Starfleet intelligence officers undercover. And then Bonner says, except there have been, like Tuvok on the Marquis ship. Yeah, but there wouldn't be any in Starfleet except this in this. Well, none on Cerritos. So they keep like dumbing down the levels to, oh wait, no, we've done that story in previous Trek. And they're left with a bit of a concern, and that's the driving point, because she appears to be vicious and murderer-y, potentially. At the first scene, she does beat them to a pulp for no real reason. So all the evidence is there, given her past history and her weird log and her weird, multiple ships, that she might have a secret past. Now, what do you think when they first started saying this in the episode? Obviously, later on it's revealed not to be the case, or at least maybe. But what did you think when it was a possibility?
I thought it was a distinct possibility, and I was totally on board with it. One of the main reasons for that is in season 1, she says she's done some Black Ops missions with that Klingon. So I guess you don't necessarily have to be Black Ops to be pulled into a Black Ops mission. You can, like, Malcolm Reed kind of was brought in a little bit.
I mean, even the mum did a Black Ops mission in season 1.
So did Tendi, actually, with the Romulans.
Accidental one, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I totally would buy that Mariner is actually Black Ops are specially trained, and her telling everybody was just so she can say that, well, I obviously told you, so I'm not. So, and then would eventually play out like, that yes, she has been this whole time. So
Yeah, I'm kind of vibe it might be a double twist, a double bluff, that they're showing us that she isn't because she actually is, and we all addressed that 5 episodes ago. It makes me think about in Stargate when one of the aliens lives on Earth at one point, and then pitches a show to a TV network about the Stargate, and they only learn about it when it's in production, and then they decide to actually let the show happen because cause it's very, very close to the real life of the Stargate program, and so if any news reporter ever says, "Oh, we've got your secret information," they'll say, "No, you're confusing us with the TV show." It's a direct plausible deniability of some. Well, it's so absurd they'd make a true to life replica that of course that's what you're thinking of. Very
some
smart.
nutty crazy fan that's a big fan of Wormhole Extreme. You're getting that storyline, so it's not real. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I think there's something similar here, because Mariner's obviously a mysterious character. Although already in this season she's kind of blatantly blurted out why, in tense moments where she all her friends get promoted around her, so she doesn't want to tell them much because they're going to leave quite quickly, which is really because she doesn't want to get promoted. So obviously there's a disparity of friends because the normal trainers go up and she wants to stay. But also she got demoted. She's the most promoted officer in Starfleet and was on multiple ships. So it's kind of she's never been anywhere long enough to be friend, like stay true. And I guess there's bad taste in her mouth on all the other ships because something's gone wrong to be demoted and moved. So it's a weird career for sure. And so misinformation about who you are is interesting, and she definitely feels like the sort of character that would make stuff up. But given her prowess throughout the seasons, it makes too much sense.
Yeah, and even the fact that she keeps getting herself demoted or thrown in the brig, it almost seems like having a Starfleet special ops person that's an ensign who nobody would suspect is a good idea, and all this time in the brig could just be, she knows how to escape the brig if she ever needs to. I kind of get that vibe as well. it's hard to tell with Mariner because yeah, she was very OP season one. It was very much like a Michael Burnham type of thing. They've really scaled that back and given other people the emphasis and um, the way to solve a problem in a particular episode. And
Far more
Mariner's kind of like,
balanced.
yeah, Mariner's kind of taking a back seat in a lot of instances, but it almost seems even when she does that, that she's in control still. Like this was all her plan, you know. It's always like I don't know if I'm looking too deep into her character, but it almost seems like she's playing herself back to make other people feel better about themselves.
Well, and this is I've said this a few times now, but because it's a cartoon, there is no age markers on their faces. You know, Tendi and Boimler are both fresh recruits. This is Boimler's first ship, which implies 21, 22. This is Tendi's actual first ship at Academy is 21. You leave, etc. So they are absolutely fresh. Whereas if she's been on 5 ships and served on DS9 in the uniform, then she's been in Starfleet actively for potentially 10 years at this point, very happily. So she's in her mid-30s, which means that the experience level is drastically higher. And if you've earned the rank of lieutenant, that takes a little bit of doing. And if you go to full lieutenant, it's even more doing. So she's done a lot in her career already. So to be down here, just the experience level, that's why I think she seems much more knowledgeable, because she is. There's a massive disparity. It's like having Captain Picard and then the low deck ensigns. It's like, well, of course he'll seem like a big boss because he's done the 40 years of whatever. But, like you say, having an ensign be an ops agent is interesting because you don't think about it. And also, if the character is always in trouble, then you won't think about them positively, which means they won't be in your mind as much.
They're dismissed. They're dismissed easily.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just an ensign and always in trouble, never following the rules, so not a good officer. Yes.
And yet she saved the day more times than we can count. Now, does the mum know about this? Don't know. Maybe the dad does. Maybe that's the twist. Because he can still be minimally secret agenty. I doubt. I wouldn't even give a moment's thought that she's Section 31. That's way too far. Because there are just Starfleet intelligence, which get special training. You can just be higher up from that, or even a flunked intelligence agent, because once you learn those skills, you're not going to unlearn them. So that'd be kind of fun if she got promoted because she was specialist, and then got demoted because she did some bad choices, and now she's like, I can't do anything ensign on a ship. But every time she can do something epically cool, her training kicks in. Now the episode was keen to say that's not what it is, but saying I made it up is not really a good cover. Like, her acting was good in that scene, but I feel like it's a bluff. Makes too much sense.
Yeah, I do too. And even one lucky tricorder catch is all it takes to convince you guys, because that tricorder catch was really great. And if it was just luck, but her reaction to, whoa, did you see that? It can go either way at this point. But yeah, I like to think that there's more going on there, especially when she's doing the knife game and she tosses it in the air, takes a shot, and it lands. Like, it's pretty impressive.
Although we did see that she can literally stab Rutherford's hand with a big bladed weapon. He get it fixed the next scene. I mean, if she stabs her in hand, and Tendi got her repaired, so these injuries are easily fixable. So the threat level goes down a little bit. It just hurts a bit, but still vicious. And you say about acting, about her, acting surprised, but you would think if you've been undercover, quote unquote, 5 years, you could act very well at being innocent. And a good way of hiding truth is being surprised and, oh, that was so cool, So I think that's a very apt reaction if it was. So it's and also it might be part of why she's simmering down in season 2, beyond the obvious reconnecting with her mum. But maybe because in season 1 she didn't know these people, so she wasn't. They might leave. Who cares? That she's going to be more friends with them, genuine friends. She wants to be more of herself rather than her training, and so she's letting them do their thing. And the more they know of her, the more they might have suspicions as well. So it's kind of like find a medium ground, which plays into the story as well.
So I guess our question is, guys, what do you think?
Yeah, that is the question.
Do you think that she is actually special ops or trained? I mean, like I said, they did mention it in season 1 that she did black ops operations with the Klingon guy, more than one.
But then as you wonderfully counted, Tendi did some and the captain did some that season, so they played them off as something that does happen. So black ops by itself isn't necessarily a specialist thing, but still, he was like, was he the ambassador to Earth? What was he? He was someone important. He was famous, so working with a famous guy years ago when you were only an ensign, yeah, that implies certainly skill, which Mariner is not in short supply of. But yeah, I mean, you kind of already said it, guys. Yeah.
So comment down below what you think, what your theories are, what your thoughts are. We love reading those, and we love other people. You know, you guys interacting down there is very important. We got a great community here. And as such, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell icon so you don't miss any videos. And the easiest way to help us out, honestly, is just to hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. Show us that you like what we're doing here and that you want to see more of it, because we really appreciate that. And you can always join us live as well. Better than the comment section, because you get to interact with us real time and everybody else in the chat. So take it away, Samuel.
I mean, the amount of times that someone's had a really good point and it can create a 10-minute conversation, it's all because of you and your comment. I mean, that's really valuable, and we've had so many revelations and reveals, and you know, we forget an obscure reference and someone throws it in the chat. Really helpful. But of course, if you want to support us to do more of these things, the many videos we make per week, and of course the lives, then support us via Super Chat on those lives. That's a great way of having your we always read every super chat, so it's a guaranteed way of having your comment read. Really, really like that. Join the channel, which is another feature on YouTube, or Patreon, which is the Patreon version of that, or vice versa, depending which you came to first. Or support the PayPal as well, trekyards@hotmail.com. That does good towards a new kit, and we always want to improve, so if you can. But as Stuart said, the best way is just to share, like, subscribe, all the classic stuff that is free, but helps.
And until next time, guys, when we have another great video for you, or live, or whatever we want to do, I'm Captain Foley.
And I am Connor Gomez.
And I'm really not a secret agent.
Bye, guys.